This is Ashton Marcus, and I'm at the Robert Cohen Theater in UCI for their presentation of Clybourne Park. Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with
Leslie Ishii.
Great. And could I have a brief bio of you?
Oh, sure. I actually am a trained actor from the American Conservatory Theater. I've had a stage and screen career, but then a number of years ago I started to move towards stage directing, and I absolutely love it. Today we had our production of Clybourne Park here at UC Irvine's Drama Department, and we had opening night last night, and I'm just really pleased that we had a tremendous audience. The actors got a standing ovation, and the audience really appreciated the depth of the show. And I'm really proud of the actors. They really just continue to deepen and give incredibly brilliant performances. Our process was incredible too, so I'm grateful they took the journey, and that we ended up with this beautiful play that's living on now for the rest of this week, till next Sunday.
I want to tell you something. I'm actually a minority. I've never told that to anyone, to any of my viewers here. I've actually changed my name, so I wouldn't have to deal with that. What are your comments on something like that?
I would say changing your name, or sometimes as people of color or someone from a marginalized group, we're often sort of spoken and unspoken, challenged to assimilate to the mainstream normative so that we feel we can actually be productive in society. But a lot of times there's a cost to that. So the fact that someone might change their name, change their ways, lose their culture, is a strategy to try to make your way in this normative that doesn't necessarily affirm your humanity. And it's sad. However, some folks make those strategies work for them, and I applaud them for that, because that's hard work. I know it must be exhausting to try to figure out how to make a full life for yourself when those challenges are before you. I've seen other productions of this show. To my knowledge and my research, it's not been directed by a person of color yet, or a woman of color. And coming from my background, my family crossed the color line, like in A Raisin in the Sun, and very much like in Act 2 of Clybourne Park. Act 1 and 2, they were challenged by gentrification to move, to experience white flight and all of that. So those two plays chronicle my own childhood. So I was really drawn to the play to really bring out all the various nuances and themes, issues of the play as deeply as I could.
What are your comments on the fact that not one non-white person has been nominated for the Oscars?
Oh, it's unconscionable. It's unconscionable. We live in 2016, and there's been tremendous contributions by people of color and all marginalized groups to the industry. And it's an absolute indication that bias and privilege lives on, and it goes unchecked, and those who are in those seats are unwilling to check themselves.
Thank you once again for being on the show.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with
Sam Arnold. I'm a student in the acting MFA program here at UCI in my second year. I played two characters. We all play two. Russ and Dan are the names of my characters. Russ lives in the first act of the play, and he goes through a very traumatic event and has to kind of live with it, and we get to see that a little bit in the first act. And then the second act, Dan is a blue-collar construction worker who kind of is thrown into the mix of what's happening in the second act and has to go through it.
So what are your thoughts on this play?
I think the play is really, really important. I really think Leslie has done a fantastic job. Our director has done a fantastic job with the play and staging it and making it really, really effective, an effective piece of theater.
Yeah, I was actually very moved by this play. I thought it was very good. I loved the story, and I actually loved the acting.
Yeah, it's different and important, and I think the reason that it was so effective comes 100% from Leslie and her handling of it, and the care that she took with all of us as actors, and I think that shows.
I don't want to give too much of the play away, because it was actually a very good play. I want everyone to see it. If one of my viewers came by and saw this, what do you think they should expect to see?
I think they should expect to see something that's going to make them think, and this is a play certainly to be enjoyed, but it's not a play just to be enjoyed. It's a play that'll make you think and make you feel and make you want to hang out afterwards and talk about it, and we encourage you to.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you, buddy, very much. I appreciate it.
Hi, my name is Ashley Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with
Craig Bronner. I'm a third-year MFA grad at UC Irvine. This is my last and final main stage production here at UCI. Born and raised in Louisville, Kentucky, now here in California. I play Jim in Act 1, Tom in Act 2, and I also play the son, Kenneth. Jim is a minister in 1959. He's a friend of Bev and Russ, and he is just a part of the family and welcoming them, seeing them off when they leave. And Tom is a city community organized planner who, in Act 1, the house that's being sold. In Act 2, it's being up for grabs to be torn down, and he's there to save it because it's a historical significance to the community. And then Kenneth is the son of Russ and Bev, who was a Korean War veteran who, in Act 1, we learn killed himself due to PTSD and war trauma.
What's your take on this play?
My take on this play is we see the past and we see the present and we see how what change has happened and also what change has yet to occur. There's a lot of parallels of racism and how that's changed and yet how it has not. But my take on it is one of the play presents a lot of questions for the audience, and it leaves them with no answers. It leaves them where they have to question their own history and their own present reality and how they contribute or don't contribute to the issues that are presented in the play.
What are your comments on someone cynical would say that nothing ever changes in life? Nothing changes. What would your comments be on that?
I would say look closely. look closely, and you'll see that what has changed and what hasn't changed. I mean, racism is an issue because it's lasted for generations and for years. You can look at our current nation right now with the tensions that are occurring, with the Black Lives Matter movement and the LGBTQ community and the issues that they're facing in marriage equality. There are so many more problems, and yet we're not creating solutions. We're at a standstill. And I think that with better making space, having the conversations rather than staying firmly grounded in one person's ideas or beliefs, and being open to welcoming others into their communities, it would open up more equality and inclusion.
What are your thoughts on the fact that not one non-white person has been nominated for the Oscars for the last 2 years?
It's the problem with the entertainment industry. Viola Davis once she won the Emmy Award for How to Get Away with Murder, and she says, you can't win an award if the roles aren't available. So those stories need to be told. And there also are great actors of color who should have been nominated but weren't. And I think that that's within the Oscar voter circle. I think that needs to be changed, and it is. From what I was reading, they were going to reevaluate the rules and try to bring more diversity in the casting pool. But just as we see in this play with this community, it's also present in the entertainment industry, an industry that I'm going into. As a white man, I need to be a person who, in this industry, is one that is prolific with change, supporting those actors, voting for those actors if I ever get the opportunity to. I think that's where the change needs to happen. And it is happening slowly but surely, but obviously people are fed up with it. It's created such an issue. Oscar's so white. Obviously it's a problem, and it's a problem that needs to be addressed, and it is, but I'm interested to see what the outcome is next year, if the change does happen. Because you can talk and talk and talk, but where's the action?
But once again, I loved your performance. I loved the story. I loved the direction. I loved everything about this play.
Great, thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah. Thank you once again for being on the show.
Thank you.
Clybourne Park will be playing at the Robert Cohen Theater in UCI. from January 30th to February 7th. For more information, go to www.arts.uci.edu.